It's time to learn about music. It's time to learn about music. It's time to learn about music. Hi, Megan and Paige. Sorry it's taken me so long to get to your music lesson, but now it's here. First, we're going to start with some review. But before we get to that, I'm going to show you something that I found while I was unpacking. This is the music window. Inside the music window are all sorts of things about music. So make sure you look at the music window if you want to see an example of what I'm talking about in music. Remember last time I saw you? I taught you about the different kinds of notes and their values, which means how many beats they take. Let's review. The first kind of note I taught you about was a whole note. The whole note gets 4 beats. Now, we gave a name to the whole note because it starts with W, and that was Wilbur. Let's practice singing and clapping a whole note. We'll sing Wilbur the whole note's name all 4 beats as we're clapping. We'll start off with Will and then Burr. I'll show you how it's done. Get out your clapping hands. Now watch and listen. Now, you could do something fun with it if you'd like. Make the first part of Wilbur's name high and the second part of Wilbur's name low. Let's try. Wilbur. Okay, are you ready? It's time for you to do it with me. We're going to do the first part of Wilbur's name high and the second part of Wilbur's name low. What you are singing are 2 whole notes because Wilbur has 2 parts to his name. Ready? Get your clapping hands out. Wilbur. Good job. You just clapped and sang 2 whole notes. Now, do you remember what the next largest note is? Do you see what note is in our music window? It's a half note. Now, what name did we say the half note was? Holly. That's it. Holly half note. Now, let's try singing a half note. How many beats does a half note get? Do you remember? A half note gets 2 beats. So every time you sing a half note, you should hear 2 claps before you go on to the next half note. Now, let's try singing Holly's name as a half note. Let me give you an example first. Holly. Now, I sang 2 half notes just like I sang 2 whole notes. Listen to the 2 different parts of Holly's name. The first part is Hall, and the second part is Lee. The first part has 2 claps, and the second part has 2 claps. We're singing 2 half notes because half notes have how many beats? I can't hear you. What's the answer? You guys are so good. Were you cheating? Now, let's clap and sing Holly's name. Let's try singing the first part of Holly's name high and the second part of Holly's name low. Remember, it's Holly the half note. Ready? Get out your clapping hands. Holly. Good job. Let's try it twice. Get your clapping hands out. Holly. Holly. Good job. Those half notes sounded really good, I'm sure. Does anybody remember what the next largest note is? There's only 2 left that you learned about. Why don't you look into the music window? What do you see? Yep, it's Quincy quarter note. Quincy quarter note. Now, since Quincy is a boy, he's a little bit impatient. So unlike Holly, who held 2 beats because she was a half note, Quincy only gets 1. So every time you clap, you have 1 quarter note. So let's try it with Quincy's name. Quincy quarter. Quincy quarter. Let's try it again together. Ready? Get your clapping hands out. Quincy quarter. Quincy quarter. Good job. Let's try it just like we did the other ones. The first part of Quincy's name is high. The second part of Quincy's name is low. The first part of quarter is high, and the second part of quarter is low. Listen to an example. Quincy quarter. Quincy quarter. Let's try it together now. Quincy quarter. Quincy quarter. Good job. Now we only have one left. Edna, eighth note. See how she has a little flag at the top of her note? That means she's even faster than Quincy. And we thought Quincy was impatient. Now this is a tough one. I'm going to sing you an example first on how you should clap this, because every half of a beat is an Edna eighth note. An eighth note is half of a beat. So it's even faster than your claps. Listen to how fast it is. Edna eighth note. Edna eighth note. Edna eighth note. Edna eighth note. Goodness gracious, she's fast. It could go even faster too if you clap faster. Listen to this. Edna eighth note. Edna eighth note. Edna eighth note. Do you think that you can clap and sing that fast? Let's try. Get out your clapping hands. Edna eighth note. Edna eighth note. Edna eighth note. Now that we've had a review, I want to see you guys in the next lesson, where we learn about fast music and slow music. Don't forget that we'll be revisiting Edna eighth note, Holly half note, Quincy quarter note, and Wilbur the whole note another time later. See you guys later.